Today's going to be kind of a simple video about a simple character. For whatever reason, Geode has picked up a lot of attention online. Enough that I've even had some friends more on the fringes of the Star Wars fandom ask me what's going on with this new character who's just a rock, which honestly is a fair question if you haven't dived into the High Republic. Geode appears in the book Into the Dark, and yes, he appears as just a big slab of rock. He serves as the navigator on a ship hired by the Jedi, and we mostly experience him through the eyes of the Jedi, and the idea is that they have never seen anyone like him before. The main Padawan character, Reath Silas, is especially confused. A lot of his story is about how he lived a pretty sheltered life at the Jedi Temple. He doesn't want to leave the comfort of his home. He doesn't want to expand his horizons. Geode is kind of an extension of that for him, meeting a being that he doesn't understand. He himself is questioning if Geode is just a rock. He never sees him move or speak, but Geode will show up in a room when Reath's back is turned, and it's clear that the other crew members of the ship can communicate with him. Geode is very much a comedic relief character. It's funny watching his peers carry on one-sided conversations with him or describe him going clubbing or partying, which leaves Reath and the reader baffled. Like, what does that look like? So yes, it's funny, it's written for laughs, but Geode also helps Reath come to a greater understanding of the Force and what it means to be a luminous being. So calling him just a rock is awfully reductive, and an interpretation that you'd probably only arrive at if you haven't read the book. Which, on the surface, is fair. I don't expect every Star Wars fan to read every book. Most people asking me about Geode are simply curious, because there's apparently a lot of anger online surrounding him, which is the silliest thing ever to me. The big argument against Geode seems to be that he is lazy writing or something, but I see it as the complete opposite. My impression of the character when I finished the book was that Claudia Gray gave herself this challenge of taking what could have been just a rock, and she made him interesting. He's not a huge character in the story, but he was still a comedic highlight for me. Not to mention, sentient rocks have been in Star Wars since at least 1986. They're almost always very silly things, and I completely agree that Geode is silly. But Star Wars has always had silliness in it. Or to jump out of Star Wars, Geode is a lot like Groot, a sentient tree that only a handful of people can truly communicate with, who over the course of Guardians of the Galaxy you learn to love and care for. Groot is a weird, silly character often played for comedic relief, but in the context of the MCU, he works. Geode is very much the same. I'm certainly not saying that if you don't like Geode, if the character doesn't work for you, then you're wrong. But from what I can tell, most of the people that have read the book really like him, and most of the people that are confused about Geode just don't have any context surrounding him. So hopefully that clears some things up for those of you wondering what's going on with the rock. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.